I'm new here to TikTok, so let me tell you my Mormon story. I was born and raised in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I had a rebellious teenage youth as I was resisting how God was being taught to me, particularly in the For Strength of Youth pamphlet. That came out in rebellion. That ended up getting me kicked out of my home at the age of 16. I went to my uncle's house, who's a bishop, who had a lovely gospel library, discovered kind of nuanced Christianity and nuanced Mormonism, came back to the church after, going to a new place and not taking the sacrament and all of the shame that comes with all of that. Went to BYU, Idaho, got a degree in history education, got married in the temple, wrote a book on Mormon philosophy. There are some things in early Mormonism, in theology and philosophy, that are super interesting. It's called Mormon Philosophy, a simplified and easy LDS approach to classic philosophical questions. I taught seminary for a little bit. I was not a lazy learner. I was really trying to figure out if there was a way to hold on. I was continually nuancing things and trying to find ways to hold on to the good and, get rid of the baggage. Eventually, I had a faith crisis in 2010. This was before lovely podcasts that help you do this, and I was just on my own in my room reading historical documents and microfilm on my computer, trying to figure out what was going on with polygamy. Lost my faith, continued to stay active in my own nuanced way for a time. Eventually, the distance between me and the church became so great, and I was no longer allowed to teach the youth. I was no longer allowed to teach seminary. I was no longer allowed to pray at church. I was essentially silenced, and I was looking at this community and just thought, there's no more place for me here, and so I left. I was in a mixed faith marriage for a time, and then my husband followed. Now I have an almost doctorate in the future of American religion. I have studied religion and Mormonism and Christianity and faith and spirituality and the science of spirituality and all of that now for almost 20 years. And what I do now is what I did a decade-long journey to try to figure out, which is how to hold all of the good of spirituality, the rituals, the awe, the transcendence, the community, everything that is good about a rich spiritual life of love and structure and morality and ethics and all those things, how to build that for your own life in the most uniquely you way that you can do. And now I help others do that as a spiritual director. And that's me.